Okay.
It shows that that you're currently valid. So what I'm going to do is, given the fact that you're valid now, I will be reaching out to the state's attorney to request that they dismiss the case, because obviously you do have a valid FOID now. I understand that you're dealing with some illness and you're in and out of the hospital. So based on those mitigating factors, I'm not sure if they'll agree, but I think it's worth a shot to see if they could dismiss the case.
Yeah, I mean, my card technically was never ever expired. I mean, the governor, Rod Gavoy, whatever that Pritzker, whatever, he did a mandate because state police were behind over a year for renewals on a FOIA card. So I never had an expired FOIA card from the beginning.
Okay, I don't agree with that, but I do think that the other reasons that we have should be good enough.
But hold on, why don't
for
you
them
agree
to
with
least-
that? I mean, it's
Because the exception only applies to the people who had applied for renewal. So if you never had a pending renewal application, then the extension would not apply.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
The extension only applies if you had made an application for renewal. So since you did not have a renewal application pending at the time, then the extension would not apply.
Does the abstract show that it did not have a pending application?
Correct. It just shows
well,
when
it doesn't.
expired.
That doesn't matter anyway, because it didn't matter if you had an explanation.
I'm telling you that that's what the law is.
Well, I know. I can send you the law too. It says it doesn't matter if you put the application in or if you did not.
I've never seen that. Every piece of law I've ever seen says that you had to have had a pending renewal application in order to qualify for the extension.
Right.
So I don't think that argument is available to us. However, I think our other arguments about... Okay, well, if you want to make that argument, then you can be your own attorney. I'm telling you that argument is not something I'm willing to put forth because it's not valid. That's not what the law says.
Okay, do you have the actual states or the actual code where that proclamation or whatever that's called that Pritzker pulled up or...
No.
So, I mean, what are you going off of? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what you're going off. Are you going off
of the law? The law is that you had to make a renewal application in order to qualify for the extension.
I understand that, but where are you getting the law? I mean, if I wanted to go on Google right now and I wanted to type up that...
Then go Google it. I don't know why you're fucking arguing with me.
I'm not arguing. I'm just asking a question.
You are too. And I'm telling you why it doesn't apply. And you keep asking me about this, and we don't have that available to us. I can't work with that.
I mean, I'm just not pulling it out of my ass and making it up. I mean, it's in the law that it doesn't matter.
And I'm not pulling it out of my ass either. That's what the law says, is that you needed to have applied for a renewal, and you admit to the cops on when they come to your house that you never applied for a renewal.
Well, hold on. I never said I never applied for a renewal.
You quite literally did. I watched the video and you said that. So you quite literally did. You said you never made an application for renewal.
Okay. Well, I mean, could I still get the discovery? I mean, I'm still waiting on my discovery.
Okay. Well, let's wait and see what they say about my dismissal request. And then if they don't dismiss it, I have a motion to...
You have a motion for what? You broke up.
Be filing a motion to quash the first warrant that they showed up to your house with.
Okay. Is there grounds for that?
Yes. So I believe that I could file a written motion, and it would be based on the probable cause statement in the warrant, because they come to your house in September, I think, and they ask you questions about your roommate. You say that he does live there, he stays there 4 nights a week, he has his own room, and then they wait until January to execute the search warrant. So I would make the argument that 1, the probable cause did not exist because the information was stale, because they waited 4 whole months to come execute the warrant.
Absolutely.
And then 2, additionally, I think the warrant was overbroad because the things that they were authorized to search for were any indicia of occupancy. And I think if they had said in the warrant any indicia of occupancy of the roommate, like if they had thrown his name in there, it would it would be specific enough. But since, I mean, obviously there's someone occupying the house. So indicia of occupancy is very broad. That could include you,
Right.
it could include your son, it could include this roommate.
Yeah.
So I have two arguments to make on a motion. If they don't dismiss it at the next court date, I'll file this motion.
All right. And I appreciate that. I'm not trying to argue with you, but these officers came back, and I remember, and I had my mom there as a witness, and she was there, and I said, hey, he hasn't been here since, late October, September, and if you want, you can come inside and check the property out and see that the house is empty. It's being completely painted and emptied out. And they said no, and then they came back, I think, a week later with that search warrant.
Yeah, I agree. There's problems with the warrant, like you had pointed that stuff out. So I researched into it. I definitely think I can run that. But our next date is August 2nd at 8:30 on Zoom.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hold off, and we'll get an answer. Hopefully that day. They should, they'll either dismiss it or keep going in response to my request for a dismissal.
All right.
And then if they do, I'll draft up the motion and I can file it next week.
Okay. And if I could find the law where it states, because I could find, I went to the senator's website, and it says clearly on the website, like, yeah, even if you do not apply for the FOIA card, you don't, it won't be expired. So, I mean,
Okay,
like...
if you can find that, you can send it to me. However, I have not found anything to that effect.
Okay. I will. I'll send it to you today. I'll try to. What's your email again?
It's my first name, Margaret,
Okay.
dot, last name, McQuaid, McQuaid, @DuPageCo.org.
Okay. And if I could just send you the website, would that...
I know Janine has my email. If you need her, and I have emailed back and forth, so I know she has it too.
Okay. And could I just send you the website to the state senator's website where it shows that?
Just send me a link, yeah.
Okay. Because, I mean, I was finding all this shit, like, with the laws, but they're not showing actual codes that I could type up and look. So it's
I know,
hard
and
for me
that's why it's hard, because it's like, if it's... I've read that the Illinois State Police made the order. I've read that the governor made the order. I've read all kinds of conflicting information about that extension. But I'm hoping we don't even need to go that route, because we have these other issues that are good for us.
Okay. And then if they do drop it, how do I pick up my firearm? Could I send my sister to pick it up with her FOIA card?
You're absolutely not going to be able to get that firearm back.
Why?
Because it was stolen. It came back registered as a stolen firearm. So I don't think we have grounds to get that back.
Okay, so...
I understand it was passed down to you, but I think, and like years and years and years ago, it was reported stolen or something.
Right.
But I think you should just cut your losses on that one.
Well, this is the thing. So, like my dad had a bunch of gun parts, and I took one particular part, and then I rebuilt the gun. So, like, the frame is, I guess what they're saying is stolen. So, I mean, I'm not sure with the legalese with all that shit, but like everything else in there was new. Like the springs, the barrel, the slide,
I think you should cut your losses on that one. I think if...
Hold on, you broke up again. I don't know why it keeps breaking up.
That's okay. I think if they end up dismissing this, you should just cut your losses on the gun and take a dismissal and run if they dismiss it. Because I really don't think they're going to give you that gun back.
Well, I mean, the thing was reported stolen 7 years ago. It's past the statute of limitations. They said they're not going to bring it up, so...
I know, but if you were never the proper owner on the gun, I highly doubt that they're just going to give it back to you.
Okay, well, that's something I'll think about. I'll try to consider that. But I do need a firearm for protection. I mean, what am I supposed to throw rocks at?
You should just go get a new one.
I don't have a job. I don't have any money to get a new one.
I know. I really don't think you're going to get that other one back, though.
Okay, all right. I'll think about it then.
Okay.
All right, thanks for calling me. I'll try to email you the website for the senator.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
You can call me if anything else comes up before the 2nd, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right, I'll see you then. Goodbye.
All right.